Hello, nice to see so many of you. 45 people, wow. All right, thank you very much to all of you who have joined. I hope many more will join us today. Today is I mean, this month is very special. It's a very auspicious month. It's the month of Kartik, which is a very potent month for spiritual progress. And this month is exclusively dedicated towards Lord Krishna in the form of Damodar. All right, so who is this Damodar and what is Damodarashtakam? As I had announced in YouTube and YouTube community page and Instagram, that today we will be discussing a bit on the Damodarashtakam. So what is this Damodarashtakam? So you have to understand this current Vedic month which we are in today. It's known as the month of Kartik, and there are multiple back-to-back festivals during this month. And for people who are willing to make sacrifices in their life for their spiritual journey, this month is considered to be the best. Okay, and this year we had the luxury of having the Adhik Maas also along with Kartik Maas. So it's like double bonanza. So of course 2020 had presented some unique challenges, but it also gave unique opportunities, two special months together. So therefore today we shall discuss a bit on what this Damodarashtakam is. So as you know, the word Ashtakam means there are 8 stanzas. Okay, so let's discuss a bit on this. Then we will literally go inside what Damodarashtakam is. Okay. So, and before we discuss on the Damodarashtakam, it's very important we offer our respects and our obeisances to the great Satyavrat Muni who had written this. He's a very great personality indeed. And all thanks to the great Satyavrat Muni and of course Maharishi Vyasdev who had compiled all the Vedic scriptures for people like us. All right, so Damodarashtakam is a song. It's a very beautiful. It's a bhajan which Satyavrat Muni had written in praise of Lord Krishna in the form of Damodar. Okay, so this song describes Krishna's early childhood pastime of running from his mother when she tried to chastise him for stealing butter. During the month of Kartik, devotees around the world sing this prayer each day while offering ghee lamps or candles to Krishna. Each verse describes various qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who in this pastime appears as a child and allows himself to be captured by the love of his devotees. Sing along with the lyrics below, which include the English translations. All right, so now you have to understand what is the meaning of this word Damodar. Okay, so Udara means the stomach, the belly actually. So therefore, another name of Bhima is Vrikodar, one who can eat a lot. So Damodar means that form of Krishna who Mother Yashoda, his mother, is trying to tie a rope around him, okay, but she is not able to tie actually. So it is said that Lord Krishna was once when he was in Vrindavan, his childhood pastimes. During that time, once, as you know, there's always these, big pots of yogurt, cream, milk, and all this, makhan especially, butter. All these things are hanging from the top in Vrindavan. And what happened was once Krishna was angry and he took a stick and he just hit the pot, and then all the cream and all the butter, all the yogurt, everything fell down. And when Mother Yashoda saw this, she was extremely angry and she wanted to capture Krishna and teach him a lesson that, wow, how can you do this? So therefore, she ran behind Krishna. She was running behind Krishna, and then she decided that today is the day I will catch Krishna and I will tie a rope around his belly, udar, and then I will give him punishment. I will put him into prison today. So, but then what happened was, Lord Krishna, he was very fearful of his mother, and he was also running. Now, of course, Krishna says in Gita that he's God himself. So, how in the universe can God be fearful of somebody? God is never fearful of anybody, but he, out of his love for his devotees, he accepts a subordinate role sometimes. As you see in the Kurukshetra battlefield, also, Lord Krishna is taking the role of a charioteer, Sarathi, okay, where he is helping Arjuna to navigate through the armies and take his chariot to the places where the chariot should go. So, does it mean that Arjuna is at a superior position compared to Krishna? Well, no, definitely not. Krishna's position is much beyond what Arjuna's position is compared to his. But because of his love for Arjuna, he accepts a subordinate role sometimes. Okay. So similarly, even in this case, when Mother Yashoda was angry and she was running behind Krishna to capture him, Krishna voluntarily, out of his free will, he agreed to be captured by the love of his mother Yashoda, and that is how Yashoda could actually catch Krishna and put him and tie the rope. Okay, we will come to the rope later actually, but this is how it happened. So nobody can actually catch Krishna. Nobody can go, and what to speak of tying a rope? That's just not possible. But we have to understand that this leela which is going on is happening at a transcendental level, at a spiritual level, which is beyond the comprehension of normal human beings like you and me. We may think that, oh, this is just an ordinary pastime, what's so special, what's the big deal? There's a small boy and he has broken the pot of butter, and then his mother is angry and the mother is running and putting him behind the bars. What's so special about it? But the most special thing about this is that Devi Yashoda, her love for Krishna is so great. It is beyond imagination, that we cannot understand. It's inconceivable that she has the power to actually capture God and put him behind bars. Nobody can do that. Only she can do. So this is something which Damodarashtakam is also a glorification of Lord Krishna, and it is also a glorification of his mother Yashoda. Okay, in fact, it is more of a glorification of his mother actually. Okay, so therefore this pastime is very amazing. So do not take it cheaply. Don't think that, oh, it's just a small baby running. What's the big deal? Of course, And once long back, I had made a video on Yashoda. What is the meaning of the word Yashoda? The meaning of the word Yashoda is one who gives name and fame. Okay. So the question is, who is she giving name and fame? What the heck is this? In fact, generally, anybody who is linked with God, that person becomes famous, right? But in case of Yashoda, it is opposite. That Yashoda is the one who is making Krishna more famous. Okay, how in the universe is she doing that? Yeah, that's the meaning of the word Yashoda, because one of the 6 qualities of God is that he's all famous. Okay, so but Yashoda, she is the one who gives fame. So who is she giving fame? She's giving fame to God. Can you imagine? She's giving fame to that person who is already the most famous person alive. So therefore, how in the universe is she doing that? Yes, she's doing that because her love for Krishna, for God, is so great. It is so great. It is so great that that love is something which is even greater than God. Okay, that love which he has for Krishna, it's even greater than Krishna. So Krishna feels that by getting this love, I have got something which I did not have. So by getting her love, I have become more famous actually, because I have something so great, so priceless that nobody has. All right. So it's like a it's like that priceless thing which you cannot measure. So that is something which God himself, he doesn't have. Okay. So therefore it is, she's one who makes God famous by giving that to God which God himself doesn't have. Okay. And the Srimad Bhagavatam clearly says, Ete cha am sakala pumsam Krishnastu Bhagavana Swam, that Lord Vishnu has different Ete cha amsas and kalas. Okay. Kalas, there are amshas, kalas, swamshas, vibhinnamshas, and so many. There are like expansions, there are incarnations, there are direct expansions, there are indirect expansions, there are expansions of expansions. Then there are so many things. But he is the original personality of Godhead. This is what Srimad Bhagavatam says. From him everything else descends, as Lord Brahma says in the Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. And Lord Brahma also keeps telling, Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. Oh Govinda, you are the Adi Purush. You are the first personality. Tam Aham Bhajami, which means I am offering my worship unto you. Alright. So this is what Lord Brahma says in the Brahma Samhita. And I see many people have joined. So welcome. Around 60 people are there. Suniti ji is here. Jai Shri Ram. Suniti ji, nice to see you here. Krishna Veni ji, hello sir, good evening. Good evening, Krishna Veni ji. Your name, Krishna's name is there in your name. Very good. Mahima Nair, hey, welcome, Mahima ji. Priyanka Verma ji is here. Namaste. Jai Shri Krishna. Mahi Singh is here. Thank you, madam. Pro Wrestling, Jai Shri Ram. Bharati, namaste. Sumon Adak, Satyavrat Puni, yes, obeisances to that great personality, of course. Shobhana Tejaswini, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Achala Niti Shama, Radhe Radhe, great, Radhe. Tushar is here, hi, Shobhi 923 is here. Kranti Kumar is saying, just thinking about your next video. Vandana ji is saying, good to have you back. Shweta Vora ji is here. All right. Oh my God, there are so many people here. All right, so many. All right, so thank you each and every one of you for joining. We will discuss the Damodarashtakam now. So this has 8 stanzas, as you know. So then what happened was, Yashoda, Mother Yashoda, she was trying to catch Krishna and tie him with a rope, okay, and by touching his belly, okay. But then what happened? She was unable to do that, okay. Whenever she used to try tie Krishna with the ropes, then what would happen is it would fall 2 inch short, okay. So it is like she would try and it's just short by 2 inches. So why was it like this? Because acharyas explain in their commentaries that Yashoda, she is very great, of course, but at the same time Krishna wanted to demonstrate a lesson that yes, you captured me because of your love, and because of that you could catch me and bring me to this mortar, where you want to tie me. But now if you really want to tie me up, if you really want to put me behind bars, then you must surrender to me. Unless you surrender to me, it will not happen, right? So in fact, this is the same thing which Krishna tells to Arjuna: Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam raja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma sucha. Krishna says that abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto me. Do not fear, I shall give you freedom from all suffering. This is what Krishna says. So therefore, although Yashoda, she caught Krishna, but she was not able to tie him up, okay. And the acharyas explain that the rope was always 2 inch short. What are these 2 inches? Okay, inch or centimeter, whatever you call it. Or they say it was 2 fingers short. Okay, so there are two meanings of these 2 fingers actually. And the first, the two indications are, one is your endeavor, okay, and the other one is God's mercy. So many times people think in spiritual life that they will only do endeavor. Okay, they will do so many things. You know, they will do mantras, yantras, sutras, mudras, or tantras, whatever, and they will read the Bhagavad Gita. They will do so many things, but that is like the first finger, okay, which is like your own efforts, your self efforts. Okay, so that is the first finger. So that is always required, and then the second is God's grace. So even if you do all this, ultimately spiritual progress is awarded. Actually, you cannot obtain spiritual elevation. Okay, it has to be awarded to you. Okay, so God reserves the free will, the right to give you elevation. So what does it mean, spiritual elevation? It means that your materialistic desires are gradually reducing, gradually, day by day, and then your desires are becoming more and more spiritual. Okay, your desires, so spiritual life doesn't mean that you become desireless. Okay, it doesn't mean that. Many times people think that, oh, just do nothing, you know, shunya, it's like zero, null and void. No, that's not spiritual elevation. That's stupidity actually, because the soul is always looking for happiness. The soul cannot be happy by doing nothing. Okay, so sometimes people say that, oh, just think of nothing, you know, just be nothing. All right, have you tried to do it sometimes? You know, just think of nothing, but the mind is always thinking, right? Even if you want to think of nothing, but you're still thinking that I have to think about nothing, right? So the thought is always there. So spiritual elevation means your material desires are reducing and your spiritual desires are increasing. All right, so you will want to do more spiritual practices gradually. You will want to connect more to God and through different means, and then by that you know that your spiritual progress is happening. All right, so therefore this is a very interesting thing. 2 fingers. Okay, the first finger is our self efforts, and the second is God's grace. All right, so let us start with the Damodarashtakam. And as I said, there are 8 stanzas, so we will read them, and then I'll also read out the translation. Okay, so as you know, the background, Krishna is now tied up, okay, with ropes, and then now it begins. All right, first shloka of the Damodarashtakam is Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Bhiyo Dukha Ladhava Manam Param Rishtam Atyanta Todrute Gopya. So this is the shloka, it's in Sanskrit. So now here is the translation, okay, in English. To the Supreme Controller who possesses an eternal form of blissful knowledge, whose glistering earrings swing to and fro, who has manifested himself in Gokula, who stole the butter that the gopis kept hanging from the rafters of their storerooms, and who quickly jumped up and ran in retreat in fear of Mother Yashoda, but was ultimately caught. To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. So basically, this is setting the scene for the Damodarashtakam. All right. What is happening is, it is saying to the Supreme Controller, who possesses an eternal form of blissful knowledge. This is from the first line. You know, Satchidananda Rupam. Satchidananda means one who is eternal. Sat Chit Ananda, full of bliss and full of knowledge. Okay, full of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. This is what Satchidananda means. Whose glistering Lasat Kundalam. Kundalam means earrings. All right, They are swinging to and fro. Why? Because he's running, all right? He's running from the fear of his mother, actually, who stole the butter that the gopis kept hanging from the top in their storerooms, and who then quickly jumped up and ran in retreat in fear of Mother Yashoda. So this is exactly what it is, okay? But was ultimately caught. So Krishna was running and he was caught, all right? To that Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Number two, which is the second one. I see so many people are here. Priti Falkeji is here. Namaste, madam. Great to see you. Uh, some of them are also giving birth details. Chintan Vyasji, there's no astrology here today. Sorry to disappoint you. It's a session on Damodarashtakam some other time. All right. All right. So let's go to the second verse. Okay. So the second verse is Rudantamuhur netra yugmam rijantam karam bhoja yugmena satanka netram मुहुश्वास कंपा त्रिरेका takantha sthitang graivam damodaram bhakti bandham. This is a very interesting verse. Upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, so his mother Yashoda was with a stick, he cried and rubbed his tears again and again with his two lotus hands. Wow. His eyes were fearful and he was breathing quickly. Okay, so this is a small photo. I don't know if you can see this. So this is Mother Yashoda and Krishna together. So this is a very peaceful photo. But during this pastime, Krishna was not very peaceful. He was very much fearful, actually. So upon seeing his mother's whipping stick, he cried and rubbed his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes were fearful and he was breathing very quickly. Why? Because he was tensed, he was stressed, he was like anxious. What will happen? My mother will catch me. And as Mother Yashoda bound his belly with ropes, he shivered in fright and his pearl necklace shook. To this Supreme Lord Damodar, I offer my obeisances. So, so when he saw the stick, he started crying and he was rubbing his eyes. This baby Krishna was rubbing his eyes, and with his lotus hands. So why does it say lotus hands? Because generally they compare the beauty of God's body parts with lotus. Okay, so it's like they say lotus eyes, lotus face, they say lotus feet. Okay, so lotus hands, because lotus is considered very beautiful. Padma, as they say now. And therefore, they say that these body parts of God, they are as beautiful as the lotus. Okay, so he was rubbing his eyes again and again. So when you're reading this, it's very important that you meditate. So you can meditate that this Krishna is there, and his mother is taking the step and she's about to hit him. All right, and he's so much in anxiety that he started crying. Can you believe it, that God himself, he is crying. He's under fear and anxiety. He's also stressed like us many times. His eyes were fearful. So his eyes were, red, as they say. It was like not because of anger, but out of fear. And he was breathing very quickly. He was having this rush. As his mother Yashoda bound his belly with ropes. So Yashoda Rani was finally successful in binding Krishna. Okay. He shivered in fright and his poor necklace shook. So he was so frightened, he was shivering. Can you believe it? God is shivering. And his pearl necklace shook. He has this pearl necklace. Okay. So that was also like shaking. To the Supreme Lord, Sri Damodar, I offer my humble obeisances. Okay. So now the bottom line is Devi Yashoda is successful in binding Krishna, and Krishna is having this anxiety. Okay. So again, when you are reading it literally, you may feel, oh, what's going on? God is anxious, God is under anxiety, what's happening. But why Krishna is doing all this? Because he wants to exemplify Yashoda, that how great she is, how great her love is for him. Okay, how selfless that is, that he himself agrees to become the prisoner of Yashoda. How great her love is. Okay, in fact, we all know that famous story, that pastime when Yashoda Mai had opened Krishna's mouth, and then she saw the entire universe. But then now, in this case, that same person is now fearful, is anxious, is under anxiety. Okay? This is all just to show the greatness of Devi Yashoda. Okay, that he also that their relationship is so selfless that that has transcended the concept of Krishna being God. Okay, so it is like saying that Devi Yashoda knows that my son, my child, he is God himself. He, when he takes the form of Vishnu, he creates thousands and thousands and lakhs and millions and billions and trillions of universes, and he maintains all of them, by having one Brahma in every universe. Okay, uh, but this same Krishna, when he becomes Vishnu, all the devatas, in the material realm, like this shloka is there: Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutastu Navanti Divyaistavai. The Yamraj, then Brahma, then Varuna, then Indra, all these devatas, they are singing divine chants, praising. We also have the Vishnu Sahasranam, right? Bhishma Pitama is praising. Okay, so we have so many different stutis, we have Purusha Shakta prayers, so many things are there. So this is that same person who had, when he had taken the form of Lord Narsingh Dev, when he saw that Hiranyakashyap was tormenting his great devotee Prahlad, then he was so angry, he was so angry, he was so angry. He just ripped apart the intestines, the stomach with his, nails. And now that same person is in the form of Krishna. This same person is so much fearful. Can you imagine? Just imagine, this baby Krishna. He's fearful of his mother. And then imagine Lord Narsingh Dev. Like he's coming, and the entire world is fearing. When Narsingh Dev was so angry, nobody could pacify him actually, except Prahlad. Okay, because his anger was at the peak. He had wiped out all the cruel, these demons, the Rakshasas, okay, who had tormented Prahlad. Prahlad Maharaj is one of the 12 Mahajans, okay, and they were all, in fact, it is said, Lakshmi ji, Brahma, Shiva, Indra, they were haunted by this form of God, of Lord Narsingh Dev. It was like Lord Brahma had requested Lakshmi ji that um, please go and pacify your husband. But she said, I know he's my husband, but I've never seen him in this ferocious form ever. So I don't know how to pacify him. Okay. So because he was so angry, and then Lord Shiva also could not do anything. Imagine when Lord Shiva does Tandav, it's like mayhem. It's like the entire world is destroyed, the entire material realm. But even then, when Kamdev had agitated Lord Shiva's meditation, not his mind, his meditation, then what did Lord Shiva do? He opened his third eye and he just burned Kamdev. Okay. But this same Lord Shiva was also fearful to go towards Lord Narsingh Dev. Okay, nobody had the guts to go to him because he was so angry. He was so angry. He was so angry. It was appearing that the entire universe, the whole material creation, will be destroyed. Okay, because of Lord Narsingh Dev's anger. But then Prahlad pacified him. So now you take the contrast. One side is Narsingh Dev, and then there is this baby Krishna is there, who is who is in fear and anxiety of his mother. So that shows how great the relationship is. That he has agreed to be subordinate to Yashoda. Okay, so That's the thrust of this Damodarashtakam. All right, so do not miss the point. That's the most important part of Damodarashtakam. That's the underlying theme of the entire Damodarashtakam. Right, now we will go to the third shloka. इति दृक्स्व लीला भीरानंद कुंडे स्वघोषम निमाज्जन्तम आख्यापयन्तम तदीयेषि तग्नेषु भक्ते जितत्वम पुनः प्रेम तस्तम शतावृत्ति वंदे. Those super excellent pastimes of Lord Krishna's babyhood drowned the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy. To the devotees who are attracted only to his majestic aspect of Narayan in Vaikuntha, the Lord herein reveals, I am conquered and overwhelmed by pure loving devotion. To the Supreme Lord Damodar, my obeisances hundreds and hundreds of times. Iti driksva lila, this pastime, Bir Ananda Kunde. Ananda means happiness. Kunda means it's like a well, it's like a big well. Okay, or sometimes it can mean it's like a small lake also, it's like a mini lake. So we have different kunds in Vrindavan. We have Radha Kund, we have Sham Kund, we have Govinda Kund. We have so many in South India also. There are so many kunds actually. Okay, in Jagannath Puri also we have, and then so many places we have. So they are the inhabitants of Gokula. This pastime happened in Gokul actually, not in Vrindavan. Gokul is the place where Krishna and Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, they stayed before, and later on they had moved to Vrindavan. Okay, so this is not from Vrindavan, this is from Gokula. These super excellent pastimes of Krishna's babyhood drowned the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy. So the inhabitants of Gokula, they were drowning in pools of ecstasy, Ananda Kunde, they were just drowning. It was like so much pleasure, so much happiness, so much enjoyment they were getting by seeing these pastimes of baby Krishna, that it is said that they did not want anything in life. Everybody, everybody, it's like young, old, elder, men, women, everybody, the only reason they used to get up in the morning is to see Krishna, to do something for him. It was just, that was the only reason. That was the only reason why they were living. There was no other reason. Okay. And everybody wanted to do something for Krishna. Everybody. So Mother Yashoda wanted to cook for him, dress him. Nanda Maharaj wanted to, give him belongings. Then the elderly gopis, they used to make butter. The young boys, they used to play with Krishna. All right. So everybody, they were just living just to see Krishna, and it is said they used to get up by seeing Krishna, they used to sleep by seeing Krishna, and even in dreams they used to keep seeing these pastimes which happened in the day. Okay, so they were all the time, they were conscious of Krishna. It's like 24/7. All right, even more than that, in fact. So now what it is mentioned here is that now Krishna, he expands as Vishnu and he stays in Vaikuntha, that Vishnu aspect. And Vishnu aspect is very much filled with awe and reverence. Okay, but that conception of awe and reverence is defeated, is subdued, or this love which Yashoda has for Krishna, that has surpassed this conception of awe and reverence towards Vishnu, which means Mother Yashoda is aware of the fact, she is fully cognizant of the fact that my son is, he is the Adi Purush, all right? He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Vishnu himself, he is God himself. But it's like saying she has so much love that that love has come to the forefront. That concept of reverence has gone behind. All right, so this is something really, really, really beautiful. Okay, And it's not only with Mother Yashoda, all the residents of Gokula and all the residents of Vrindavan, they are fully aware that Krishna is God himself, but their love is so great that even so, if you see in Vaikuntha, then Vishnu is in a very reverential form. He's like a king, everybody is just going and bowing down and they're just, saluting. He's the big man. But then, if you come to Vrindavan, you will see that, oh, Krishna is just an ordinary cowherd boy. He's known as Gopal. He's, herding the cows and he's just going here, going there with the cows. He's playing, he's having a great time. So it doesn't seem that he can be God, right? But the thing is, his position is even superior to Vishnu, because the reverence and the respect and the attitude which people have towards worshipping Vishnu, that is nothing in comparison to the love which the Brijvasis and the Gokulvasis they have for Krishna, right? So that is unlimited number of times more, and that is what Krishna likes the best, the most. Okay, and that is why Krishna, he could have also stayed in Vrindavan. Oh, I am the king here, I am the boss here, you come and salute me. So once I was hearing a lecture from one of my Shiksha gurus. He was telling, it gets boring to be God sometimes. Why? Then somebody asked, why did you say like that? It gets boring. Imagine every day, like everybody is just coming and saluting and praying. You are great, you are this, you are that. Uh, After some time, it gets very boring. All right. So therefore, Krishna voluntarily chooses to give up this reverential behavior which he has in Vaikuntha, and then he behaves like, he stays like the simple cowherd boy, and just another person in Vrindavan, nothing special about it. I mean, of course, he is the most special person there, but he doesn't behave as if he's somebody special. He just behaves as if he's like another person. Nothing great there. Not that he's a very big wealthy person or something like this. He's just another Gopal. He's just another cowherd boy. That's how he behaves. All right. So by seeing these pastimes, these inhabitants of Gokula, they were drowning in pools of ecstasy. It was like it's like a supermarket of pastimes, actually. All right. So it's written, I am conquered and overwhelmed by pure loving devotion. So the love which these Brijvasis and Gokulvasis have for Krishna, that surpasses the majestic aspect of Lord Narayana in Vaikuntha. All right. That is why that is much more superior. All right. We are running out of time, it seems. 40 minutes already. Fourth shloka. Varam deva moksham na moksham vadimva nachanyam vrineham vareshadapiha idam teva purnatha gopala balam sada me manasya avirasta kim anye. It's very easy to understand this. Varam deva moksham na moksham vadimva. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, Satyavrat Muni is praying. I do not pray to you for liberation. Varam deva moksham means you can give me moksha. Na moksham vadima, but I don't want moksha. Okay, nor eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon. Okay, na moksham vadi. Nachanyam vrineham vareshadapiha. Okay, no benedictions I want from you. My only prayer is idam te vapur natha gopala balam. Okay, my only prayer is that your childhood pastimes may constantly appear in my mind. This is a very elevated prayer which Satyavrat Muni is giving. He's praying, he's offering. My only prayer is that your childhood pastimes may constantly appear in my mind. Okay, he's not praying for material wealth. He's not praying for dhanam janam sundarim or anything, wealth, high birth, name, fame, enjoyment with members of the opposite sex. He's not asking anything. Forget about all this. He's not even asking liberation. He's not asking mukti, moksha, nothing. He's not even asking for an eternal life in Vaikuntha. None of these things, or nor any other boon. He's not asking for any of these. He doesn't need anything, all right? He's not having any desire. The only desire that he has is, my only prayer is that your childhood pastimes may constantly appear in my mind. Then he says, oh Lord, I don't even want to know your feature of Paramatma. I simply wish that your childhood pastimes may be enacted in my heart. All right. So he says, do not even want to know your feature of Paramatma. So Krishna says in the Gita that I am there in everybody's heart. The Hridaya, as he says, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Okay. So that is the Paramatma form, the four-handed Vishnu form, as you see, with Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. Even that he is not interested to see. Even that he is not interested. Okay, what is he interested in? I simply wish that your childhood pastimes may ever be enacted in my heart. All right. So he just wants to meditate in these childhood pastimes of Lord Krishna. That is what he wants. Nothing else. He has no other desire. Neither does he have any material desire, nor does he have any spiritual desire. And this is the only thing he desires. All right. So by seeing these prayers, you can understand what's the level of this great personality. Okay. Then we will go to number 5. Idam te mukhambojam atyanta nile vitam kuntale snigdha ratyascha gopya muhuschumbitam bimba rakta dharame manasya virastam alam lakshalabhay. O Lord, the cheeks of your blackish lotus face, which is encircled by locks of curling hair, has become reddened like bimba fruits due to Mother Yashoda's kisses. What more can I describe than this? Millions of opulences are of no use to me, but may this vision constantly remain in my mind. We need to repeat this. Idam te mukham bhoja. Mukha means the mouth, okay? Atyanta nila. Vritam kuntala snigdha rattaischa gopya, okay? Oh Lord, the cheeks of your blackish lotus face. So, Lord Krishna, his color is Shyam Varna. It's like a cloud which is about to rain, okay? Sometimes he's also referred as black, sometimes he's referred as Shyam, okay? So it's written here, the cheeks of your blackish lotus face, okay? Again, the word lotus is used. So earlier we had seen lotus hands, now lotus face, which is encircled by locks of curly hair. So his curly hair, that's like falling in his cheeks, have become reddened like bimba fruits due to Mother Yashoda's kisses. So Mother Yashoda, out of her love, she is kissing Krishna all the time, 24 hours. And because of that, his cheeks, they have become very much red, his entire face actually, okay? What more can I describe than this? Millions of opulences are of no use to me, but may this vision constantly remain in my mind. All right. So this is the same vision that he wants. He doesn't want anything else. We discussed it in the previous verse. Okay. Then we go to number 6. Namo Deva Damodarananta Vishnu Prasida Prabho Dukha Jala Bhimagyam Kripa Drishti Vrishtyati Dina Batano Griharnesha Maamagyam Eyakshi Drishya. O unlimited Vishnu, Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu. Alright. Now he's coming into bit of that reverential mode. He's saying Namo Deva Damodara Anant. So he's offering his obeisances to Damodar. And then he's saying Ananta Vishnu. Okay. O unlimited Vishnu, O Master, O Lord, be pleased upon me. I am drowning in the ocean of sorrow and am almost like a dead man. Prasida Prabho Dukkha Jala Bhi Magnyam. Alright. So he is telling that he is drowning in an ocean of sorrow. Alright. And he's like a dead man. Alright. Now, many times when acharyas or great sages they make such prayers, we may see and we may think, oh, it's literally, he maybe he's suffering very much. But that is one of the symptoms of a great soul, that he always, whatever flaws he or she has within themselves, they always see that they have so many flaws, all right. And on the contrary, with a materialistic person, whatever good they have inside, they will always exaggerate that. They'll say, oh, I did this, maine ye kiya, maine wo kiya. But great souls like Satyavrat Muni, you see what they are saying, all right. I am drowning in an ocean of sorrow and almost like a dead man. So he's telling that he's suffering very much, okay. Please shower the rain of mercy on me, uplift me and protect me with your nectarian vision, right? So it doesn't mean that he's actually suffering. A person who has made these prayers can never be suffering, all right. Of course, he may have external suffering, but he's not suffering at the mental level, all right. He's a very great sage, very elevated, Satyavrat Muni. But he himself is telling that I am suffering in an ocean of sorrow and almost like a dead man, all right. So now please shower the rain of mercy on me. This is his longing, you see. This is how he's praying, that I am suffering, please come and uplift me and protect me with your nectarian vision. Okay. Ayakshi Drishya. Drishya means vision. Alright. So he is praying to Lord Damodar that I am suffering, I am in a terrible situation, I am miserable, I am unhappy, I am depressed. Sounds like most of the people's situation in Kali Yuga, right? So I am miserable basically. Okay, my situation is like a dead man. Okay, so please shower your mercy on me. Please, please, please. He's longing. Uplift me, pick me up from this Bhav Sagar, the ocean of birth and death, and protect me with your nectarian vision. All right. So whenever Krishna he glances at anybody, then that person becomes lively. In fact, when Aghasur had come, all the Gopas had entered his mouth and they had died actually. But then when Krishna he glanced at them, when he saw at their dead bodies, they came back to life. All right. Number 7. Kuber atmajo baddha murtye vayatva toya mochito bhakti bhajo kritocha तथा प्रेम भक्तिम स्वखाम में प्रयच्छ नमोक्षे ग्रहो में स्ति दामोदरेहा. O Lord Damodar, in your form as baby, Mother Yashoda bound you to a grinding stone with the rope of tying cows. You then freed the sons of Kuber, Manigriv and Nalakuber, who were cursed to stand as trees, and you gave them the chance to become your devotees. Please bless me in the same way. I have no desire for liberation into your effulgence. So what's going on here? Kubera, he's one of the Lokpals actually, one of the 4 uh, devatas in charge for the directions actually, okay. So Kubera, he's also the treasurer of the devatas, and his lineage, his descendants are known as yakshas, okay. So he had 2 sons, Nalakuber and Manigriv, as you know. Okay. So one day, what happened? They were enjoying with a lot of beautiful heavenly ladies. They were all naked. These 2 were naked, and all the ladies they were also naked. And they were doing jal krida, which means splashing water at each other. It's like a modern day water park. What we see in modern day water parks. So they were behaving in an animalistic manner, all right, following no protocols. They were just enjoying like dogs, like animals, worse than animals, in fact. And then one day, what happened? Narad Muni, he came and he saw these 2 shamelessly enjoying, not thinking of any custom. And then what happened? As soon as the apsaras, the damsels who were enjoying with them, they saw Narad Muni, they covered up their bodies and they went below the water, because they were ashamed. But these 2 were so shameless, they felt no shame. They were like, all right, We are enjoying, we are naked, I am naked, he's naked, she's naked, they are naked. What's the big deal? It's like, it's fun, of course, right? We are having a good time. But then when Narad Muni saw their situation, because he's a great sage, he felt compassion. Okay? He felt that these two, they have become so shameless that instead of doing spiritual practices and elevating their consciousness, which a human or a devata should do, or as a descendant of Kuber should do, they're just uselessly enjoying the bodies of the opposite sex, and they're just ruining their lives. Just some temporary flickering pleasure, and then it disappears all of a sudden, right? So Narad Muni, he became very compassionate on them. Okay, and the Narad Muni said, "You guys are so shameless. So I curse you that go and take birth as trees." Okay, so that is also mentioned in the scriptures, that one who indulges too much in sexuality or exposing their body too much, okay, then they get bodies of trees, where they can keep exposing their bodies whichever way they want, however long. Trees live for hundreds, maybe thousands of years. So this is exactly what happened. And then what happened was, they came to their senses, and then they begged Narad Muni that, please forgive us, it was our mistake, it was a blunder. Even when a great sage like you were present, uh, we were so much intoxicated with these ladies that we forgot to even offer respects to you, and we were fully naked, and we had no shame. So and then Narad Muni blessed them, that all right, uh, you will personally be taking birth as trees in courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. So one day Krishna will come and uproot both of you, okay, and then you will gain back your identity as Nala Kuber and Manigriv, and then you will be delivered like that. All right, you will be delivered from your sins, but for that to happen, you have to stay in the trees bodies for a long time. All right, for many years, many yugas, in fact. All right, they stayed like that, thousands and lakhs of years, millions of years actually. All right. So, oh Lord Damodar, as your baby mother Yashoda bound you to a grinding stone. So then what Krishna did was, he uprooted these trees. Okay, then they were known as Arjun trees. Okay, you then freed the sons of Kuber, Manigriv and Nala Kuber, who were cursed to stand as trees, and you gave them a chance to become your devotees. Please bless me in this way. Okay, so Satyavrat Muni is telling, the way you bless them by uprooting them. Okay, when you are tied to this mortar, this is how you should also bless me. He's requesting, he's praying, that's his prayer, right? And we have another 4 minutes till 9, and we have the last shloka remaining. Number 8, shloka number 8. Namaste stu damne sphura dipti damne त्वदीयोदराय त्व विश्वस्य धामने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय नमो अनंत लीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम. O Lord, the entire universe was created by Lord Brahma, who was born from your abdomen, which was bound by a rope of Mother Yashoda. To this rope I offer my humble obeisances. I offer my obeisances to your most beloved Srimati Radharani and to your unlimited pastimes. Right, so this is something very similar, which I said in the beginning, that Lord Brahma, he's known, Lord Vishnu's one of his names is Padmanabh. Okay, from one whose from his navel there is this lotus Padmanabh. Okay, where Lord Brahma sits, and within that stem of the lotus, the 14 planetary systems are created. Okay, so in that, now Mother Yashoda had bounded that same abdomen using ropes. Okay, so at the end he's offering obeisances to Radha, and then to his unlimited pastimes. All right, so that's the thrust of Damodarashtakam. So basically Damodarashtakam is is a meditation basically, okay, of this baby Krishna who is, running from his mother out of fear and anxiety, and why he's under fear. That's what we discussed. And yes, he is miserable. God is miserable, yet he's very happy. All right, and then at the end, he's praying that just like you had delivered the sons of Kuber, please deliver me also, okay. And what did he say in between? What does he want? He doesn't want anything. He has no desire for liberation, mukti, moksha, nothing, neither material. Forget, the word material is not even mentioned here. May your childhood pastimes be constantly appearing in my mind. All right, so this is the most important line of the entire Damodarashtakam. May your childhood pastimes be constantly appearing in my mind. All right. So when you are reading this Damodarashtakam, you can also meditate on these pastimes and so many different pastimes of Krishna, or if you're connected more, if you feel more connection with Lord Ram or any other Vishnu avatar, it's fine. But during this month, it's exclusively good if you read this Damodarashtakam every day, and you can offer ghee lamp. All right, so you can take any photo of Lord Krishna or Radha Krishna together like this, and you can always offer ghee lamp like that. All right, so this is what you can do. And yeah, this is what you can do till end of November. All right, you can do it later also, no harm, but generally they do it during this Kartik Mass. All right. All right, we are down by 57 minutes. Wow. Okay, please show photo again. Somebody is saying photo. You can take any photo of Lord Krishna. You don't have to take this necessarily. Any photo will do. Or you can also take Radha Krishna's photo, or any idol that you have. You can take this. Oops, Krishna's flute is missing. All right. Uh, yeah, or any other baby Krishna's photo, that's also fine. We're taking milk or makhan or whatever, it's fine. There's no hard and fast rule that you have to take this only. All right. Okay, that will be all from my side. Thank you very much to almost 75 people joined, I guess. Nice to have all of you, and it was great discussing the Damodarashtakam, and we will do more sessions live, hopefully, in the future. All right. So, people in India, have a good Sunday evening. It's almost 9, and whoever is in Europe, maybe your evening is starting, and US, maybe your day just started. All right. So, have a great day, have a great evening, and wish you all the best. Thank you very much for joining. All right. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you very much. All right. Jai Shri Krishna. See you soon.